Alright, y'all. This is my first time ever making red velvet cake from scratch. I'm making the cake and the icing. First time ever, and it's my husband's favorite cake. So, let me look. I'm waiting on certain ingredients got to be at room temperature, and they're not at room temperature, so I'm waiting on them. Y'all my tree. But yeah, this video was supposed to have been out Friday, which is today, but it's going to be out hopefully tomorrow, which is Saturday, if not Sunday. But I'm ready to taste this cake. It's going to be delicious and nutritious. Alright, this is everything you're going to need. Some vegetable oil, all-purpose flour, some sugar, some baking soda, vanilla extract, some red food coloring, some cocoa powder, some salt, some distilled white vinegar, 2 large eggs at room temperature, some chopped pecans, some buttermilk at room temperature, some powdered sugar. Then you're going to need some unsalted butter. You're going to need 2 sticks of unsalted butter, and you're going to need a pound of cream cheese. And I'll list all the measurements in the description. And then you're also going to need 3 cake pans, a spatula, 2 bowls, a whisk, and a sifter. Gonna need one of these too. And you're also gonna need a hand mixer or a stand-up mixer. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees, and then you're gonna lightly oil and flour your cake pans. The recipe calls for a 9 by 1.5 inch cake pan, but I didn't have any, so I just went and bought these 8.5 cake pans I found at Walmart. But as you can see, I just put some vegetable oil in a bowl, and I took a paper towel and dipped it in and lightly oiled the sides and the bottom of the pans. And then I took my all-purpose flour, and you're just gonna flour it all up, the bottom and the sides, really well. And y'all, the cakes just slip right out. So alright, so yeah, y'all gonna need a hand mixer, or y'all gonna need a stand-up mixer for this recipe, but I didn't have one, so I needed my husband's help. But right here, we're just combining all of the dry ingredients, the flour, the sugar, baking soda, salt, and cocoa powder, and you want to sift that all together. If you don't have a sifter like I do in this video, you can use a strainer as well. But we did sift it 2 times, as you're about to see in a few minutes. I put all of it in a Ziploc bag and just sift it back a second time. Alright, then you're going to get a large bowl, and we're going to do the wet ingredients. That's the vegetable oil, the buttermilk, the eggs, food coloring, and the vinegar. You're going to pour all of that in a bowl, and you're going to whisk it. Now, the recipe did say whisk, but you can just use a stand-up mixer. Like I said, I had to have my husband help me, so because you need to have it mixing while you're pouring in the ingredients. So while he was whisking, I was pouring in the rest of the wet ingredients. So you just want to do all that. And yeah, the vanilla too, the vanilla extract as well. All of your wet ingredients. Then you get your stand-up mixer, or like I'm using my handheld mixer, and go ahead and just whisk all it together. Which you should have done that from the beginning, but then you want to get your dry ingredients and go ahead and pour that in, and just mix it all together until it is smooth. And you just want to if it gets like on the side of the bowl, you just want to press it down with a rubber spatula. But once you do that, you want to go ahead and separate it evenly between the 3 cake pans. And it'll be time to pop these boys in the oven. So the recipe said to cook these for 30 minutes, but I only cooked them for 20 minutes. And it also said to rotate the pans halfway through baking. Y'all didn't know what that meant to, because I'm putting 2, I have 3 cake pans, so I'm putting 2 on one rack and 1 on the other. But on each rack, I have a set of cake pans at the front and a set at the back. So I didn't know whether rotating it was putting, like how I have 1 on the top. I don't know if I should have put that 1 on the bottom and put the 2 at the top. But that's not what I did. I actually just put, I had the one at the top at the front and just pushed it to the back. And the ones at the back I put to the front. So that's what I did. But you're supposed to rotate them halfway through. But after 20 minutes, after sticking the toothpick in the center, it came out clean. And here is the result. So I just set them out to cool for 15 minutes in the cake pans because I didn't have a rack, y'all. I didn't have a cooling rack. And I just set them, I put them in the refrigerator after about 10 minutes to let them cool. Right here, I am making the cream cheese icing. That is 2 sticks of butter, unsalted butter, and a pound of cream cheese. And then you're gonna put in 4 cups of powdered sugar. If you guys want to know all these measurements and everything, the full recipe, I will have the link in the description for you guys. This is super easy to make. But you don't want to put the vanilla extract in just yet with the icing. You're going to put that in later. But I went on and just clumped down the butter and cream cheese so it won't get everywhere, because honey, it was trying to get everywhere. But you want to put it on low. I'm speeding it up, y'all, but you want to make sure it's on low, and you want to go ahead and just mix it until it's nice and smooth. And then you want to put in your vanilla extract, but before you put that in, make sure it's on low. Make sure you put it on low before you put that in. And you want to go ahead and hit it on high until it is good and smooth, just like that. Then you want to put it in another container because you need to put it in the refrigerator and let it get a little stiff before you start icing. So yeah, I did all this while my cake was cooling. Doesn't take long at all to get stiff in the refrigerator. Probably like 2 or 3 minutes, maybe max 5. But honey, that is that cream cheese icing was a delish. Alright, so here are my cake pans, nice and cool. I did set these in the refrigerator in their in the pans. I don't know if I told y'all that, but I will be using chopped pecans because we love pecans on top of our cake. But my husband wanted them crushed a little bit more. Actually, I did too. So I just took a hammer and put my pecans in a Ziploc bag and just crushed them up a little bit more. They weren't chopped up enough for us, honey. But I did that first before I went to ice my cake. If y'all haven't already, make sure you subscribe to this channel, honey. What y'all waiting on? Here I am getting ready to ice my cake. Like I said, it just popped right out, They did not stick at all to these pans. So I just want to plop it upside down. And starting at the center, you want to put your icing on. Now, I didn't put enough icing in between the layers. That's one thing I wish I would have did differently was put a thicker layer of icing in between. But then I'm at the final layer. Yeah, this is my first time making a 3-layer cake. First time making red velvet cake, really. But I didn't have one of those nice looking, Lazy Susan spinning thingamajiggers. So just see me turning it, doing the best I can and smoothing it out. I didn't have one of those little knife things that they have. So I'm just using my spatula to do what I can. Smooth it out, girl. You gotta smooth it out. Alright, so that's me cleaning it up around the sides. It looks really good, y'all, don't it? It looks so good. Alright, and here I am putting the chopped pecans on the top. I wasn't sure if I was just going to leave them on the top or put some on the sides too. But I did end up putting some on the sides. Because, honey, I had to use up all them chopped pecans. And I had to use them all up. I love red velvet cake with chopped pecans, y'all. But if some of y'all are allergic to pecans, y'all don't have to put them on there. But I did end up putting some on the side at the last minute. As y'all can see, I got most of them on the top. But y'all, they look good, don't it? So here I am cutting a piece for me and hubby to try out for you guys. Look how beautiful. Nice color of red. That food coloring did its thing, honey. Look at me looking all proud. I didn't cut it all that well, but hey.
Feel like I'm bald. That's what I would look like if I was bald headed. Look at her. You good? You crazy.
Trying it for the first time.
I guess it's real when they say till death do us part. Let's see what you're working with.
Let's try it together.
Get this one right here, but there's some ice in that.
You ready? Come on. How's it taste?
Good.
Huh?
Oh, this is my mouth dry one.
I don't know. Don't taste like what I'm used to eating. It's a recipe I looked up on, was it Food Network? The icing's good though.
Okay, it's good. It's just really, really moist.
You sure? Because you steadily act like it's dry. That was my drink. For the first time, I said I did alright. I mean, that's the recipe that I had, but it's alright. It tastes good. The icing is really good to me.
It's good. Like I said, it's just tasty.
Oh, wow.
It is good, baby.
It just tastes different than what I'm used to, but it tastes good. It's just not the recipe I'm used to eating. But I'm still eating it though. Who's trying to be funny? But I'm short. It's about gone, so. I don't know, the cake kind of tastes, like you said, thick, right? Well, you stop. You gonna pour me some more. I did not pour that for you. He's drinking all of my dang milk. I don't even know how to eat this with some 3 layers. Yeah, I did all right. What you give it out of 1 through 5, with 5 being the best?
A 4.
Really? Yeah. Say a 4
today.
Like a 3.5. It's good though.
It is good.
It's in red velvet. What's up, baby? It was good for real.